Now, we will answer a question or two. If there's one of you with a question, do not be shy. We look forward to talking with you. Please ask it now aloud.
What are we supposed to be learning from this administration and all of the anger and hatred?
What you are supposed to be learning, my friend, is that there are 4 viewpoints you can take in this world. You can take the I-centered viewpoint. You can take the group-centered viewpoint. You can take the global-centered viewpoint and the cosmic-centered viewpoint. Each one will give you a different view of what is happening in your world. Successively higher viewpoints will bring you more and more peace. From our cosmic-centered viewpoint, we know that all is in order. From your group-centered viewpoint, you have butting of heads, and this is the way it is supposed to be. Have you not seen the yin-yang symbol? You are engrossed in the dance of duality. And what is it producing? It is producing change. It is your fault that you are angry. Do you understand? You can find peace. Just as a child develops through the stages of growth, of childhood, teenagerdom, that is not a word, adolescence, and adulthood, you can progress through the stages of humanity's development, and the mass of humanity is still focused on the us versus them duality of group-centered thinking. Rise above, dear ones, to global thinking, and you will start thinking in terms of humanity and not care if your neighbor is Republican or Democrat, but we are all in this together. Can we find a joy-filled solution to our challenges? But you cannot rush growth. These are growing pains. And all of humanity is feeling it. From the higher perspective of global humanity's perspective, you are not there yet, but you can see then that even national borders will no longer matter. You are a long way from this kind of thinking, but this is the direction in which you are moving, and these growing pains will slowly move you that way. But it is when you can learn to rise above, to cosmic center, and sit in silence, and go to that place where all is one. Then from this centered higher perspective, you can look down and say, yes, they have not yet found the middle road. Change administrations, and you will have the same battles again. But through that angst, they are finding new ways. Do you realize you are on the cusp of a transformation? Everything happens at successive stages. The greatest growth and angst happens just before moving to a new tone. And that is where you find yourself, moving to an entirely new octave of vibration. Celebrate the angst, but do not give in to the anger. Find peace by going to that place of cosmic-centered perspective. All is well. How can I add to this without adding fear? How can I add to this without adding anger? I can add to this by loving myself, raising my own vibration and my own understanding of my place in the evolution of humanity. By teaching others that throwing oil on a fire does not work, that coming to understand another's viewpoint and saying, I may not agree with you, but I appreciate that you have an opinion, is a starting place. Can we speak about this and find balance? When you can get to that place, then you will start to see true change happening. What you see when you see people becoming angry is a level of development that is at the level of the teenager. And we say this not with any judgment whatsoever. It is a fact of your development, far better than that of the children. We like to bring levity to these situations and tell you that many of you think you are not growing at all. But at the level of seeing the light in your noosphere, that is the level of energy that humanity creates around your earth, you have risen from the Dark Ages to what we would now laughingly refer to as the dim ages. And would you not agree this is an improvement from cavemen beating each other over the head? Yes. And so, set the intention of going to that place and being able to access it at will, where you can watch the squabbling. You can still take a viewpoint, for you move back and forth through the four perspectives. There is nothing wrong with being eye-centered. You need this viewpoint when driving a car. There is nothing wrong with being group-centered. There are many positive groups. There is nothing wrong with any of the perspectives, but there are those that bring you greater peace. May all of you find peace by asking your guides, who am I? What do I need to know to rise, to grow, to evolve? That is why you are here, to help humanity move from childhood through adolescence to adulthood, to the wisdom of your advanced age. You are not there yet, but you are all making a contribution through your efforts to learn, to grow, to help each other. We are so very proud of you for heeding the call of the heart, for being present, for wishing to have a relationship with your guides. Trust us. All is in order. It cannot be any other way. It is the process of evolution, ever onward, ever upward. And you are an integral part of that. As you feel anger welling up, recognize it, but ask how you can transmute that. Be the alchemist and take anger and turn it into joy. This may sound strange to you, but both are outward expressions. What do you wish to give out into the world? What have you had enough of? Love is coming in at you constantly from the spirit world. What will you give back? You are so very loved. We appreciate your question. We could feel the clenching of energy as it was asked, for you do not even want to go there. It is one of those questions you would do well to not discuss at the dinner table. But do discuss it with your guides. How can I be a light unto the world? How can I take a stand and maintain a loving stance? This is how you will change the world.